So everybody should be familiar with the capabilities that PIM can provide around elevating access to Azure resources as well as Azure AD roles. Within Azure DevOps, you can also kind of get privileged access into Azure as well as Azure AD, depending on how you're managing configuration for Azure AD. So we like to leverage privileged access groups, which is currently still in preview, to provide that elevated access for the privileged access within Azure DevOps. So you'll see here in our lab environment that we've set up this privileged access group for allowing administrator access to the organization. So if I go into our Azure DevOps organization right now, and I go to create a project, you will see that I don't have access to create a project right now. This is something that an organization admin has the rights to be able to do, but I don't have that access as of yet. So I'm going to come through here and activate this privileged access group. So just elevate my rights here. As soon as this goes through, this activation request will put my user identity into the privileged access group. We've then linked that group to be an org admin within Azure DevOps. So as soon as this activation completes, it'll go through and refresh my token for the Azure portal, and we'll go into Azure DevOps, and we will look at the permissions. So we can see that if you look in the project collection administrators, you can see that this privileged access group is a member of that, and you'll see that my account is not listed here. So if I go into members of this group, you can see that I'm listed based on that activation that I just did through the privileged access group, that I'm now a member of this group. So if I go to try to create a project right now, that will fail. The reason being is my token hasn't refreshed for the Azure DevOps yet. Microsoft has provided a capability within the user settings to go reevaluate those permissions. So when I click this button, it will basically refresh that token. So now my authentication will know that I'm in the group. And if I come in and try to create a project, you'll see that I'm able to create that project now. So this is an easy way to provide that PIM capability to Azure DevOps administrative functionality. One piece to note is if you're not doing something like Azure DevOps, you're doing another cloud-based tool, that like we talked about here, that token does need to refresh. So either kind of logging out, logging back into the system, just to again refresh that OAuth token in the group membership there. Thanks.